This is my granddaughter. I've enlisted her help to review this rubber bands and strands kit. And she's going to get started with the French knitter and the hook. And she's going to pick one of the patterns that's available.
Okay, so we are going to start out with the very first pattern right here.
Okay. You show Nana how to do it, okay?
Okay. So, we take 2 rubber bands. We put 1 rubber band on one side of the loom, like this.
Okay.
And you take the other rubber band and put it on the other hook loom so it looks like a plus sign.
Okay.
Now, you take 1 more rubber band and put it over the side that you put over the first rubber band.
Okay. Gotta push it down on the loom, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
Now, what you do is you take the bottom first one that you put over the first top one.
And just bring it over the top.
I'm gonna let me get this situated right here. Okay, I made a mistake. So you take 2 rubber bands and put them over the plus sign to make another one.
Oh, okay.
And then you bring it over so it will stay.
Okay.
And then you do the same thing. You just keep going around. So you go to the next side, next to that to your right, and you bring that over.
Okay.
So it's kind of making a small knot, like a square.
Mm-hmm.
You bring it down. Down. Then you go to the next one. Down. Bring it over. And you keep adding rubber bands.
Okay.
And you keep doing the same thing
Mm-hmm.
with each side.
Okay.
Keep bringing it over. And then as you can see right in the middle here, it's starting to come out longer. I'm starting to make a little knot.
Okay. Get back up on your beautiful little face. So if you had never done this before, do you think it's easy to follow the instructions?
Yes.
Okay. I know that you got a loom before and there was some difficulties with the loom. Do you think that this French knitter is easier to work than the loom?
Yes, this French knitter is much more easier than the loom because you have to keep putting it in a zigzag to get it right.
Okay.
And right here, it's getting longer.
Uh-huh.
So it'll look like this.
Yeah. Okay.
And every time you put another rubber band on, and you keep bringing the bottom one over, it starts to get longer.
Okay. I also want to show that there is a channel in the hook, or I'm sorry, in the French knitter on the side that you can stick the hook into to grab the bottom rubber band.
So, with how you do that, is you do the regular plus sign.
Mm-hmm.
There
we go.
You go into the little hole, and you tuck it under, and bring it out.
Okay.
So you go into the middle, go down to the bottom, make sure it gets onto the hook.
Yeah.
Bring it over that, and the regular rubber band that's on the top will stay in.
Okay. Good job. I was just noticing, we did take a break from videoing, but that the top swivels, so she doesn't have to turn the whole knitter. She just sits there and with her fingers and thumb moves to the next one.
So as you can see, I just changed colors after we took a break. So it's pretty much the same thing you did in the beginning. You just go to the middle, grab the rubber band and bring it over. And then since it has the swivel, so you can turn it, you just turn the knob and go on to the next one.
Pretty cool. And I had asked you while we were on a break from videoing how often the rubber bands break when you're working with them.
Well, if you were stretching it like this for a long time, then they'll start to break. And then if you keep doing that for the same time,
mm-hmm.
then they'll break.
Okay. But you are very experienced at this because you've had the loom, but you've been doing it with your fingers.
Yes.
For what, a year now?
Yes.
Yeah.
I first learned this when I was in 3rd grade with my fingers. Cause my friend, she showed me how to do the fishtail, and I've been doing that for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been getting used to this.
Okay. So you said that this is going to turn out sort of like the fishtail, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It is.
And this end has 4 prongs and the other end has 6.
So in a while, after we are done with this and we show you how to clip it together, then we will show you the 6-side one.
Okay. So let's take a pause. Okay, she's getting down to the end. And we've decided that the other end just has 2 more posts, so it's really going to be the same thing. But you can see how it has come through the end and how it looks. And she's getting ready to put the hook on.
So, what you do when you put on the hook, you bring the rubber band you still have left and bring it over to one side.
Okay.
One side, and all of them go to that one side so you can get it hooked on.
Okay. And we were also talking about, because this is supposed to be for 6 years and up, that a 6-year-old, if they've never ever done it before, it might be a little bit confusing, but that
it will be kind of easy since it has easy to follow instructions.
Mm-hmm. And it shows lots of pictures, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. And with the pictures on it, it will show you how to do it just by the pictures.
Okay. So you don't even have to really read it. You can just
look at the
pictures. Okay. So we've got them all over to one side.
Now, what you do is you take all of the 4 sides that you have, and one at a time, grab a piece of rubber band and hook it on to the hook.
Okay.
And it's kind of like the rubber band part. You have to look at your looks. So earlier when we took a break, I kind of mixed up, but it still looks cool at the end. So after that, you take these 2 and put it right on the hook.
Awesome, awesome. Good job.
So that is how you do the French knitter.
Okay. So we are now going to go on to, we're going to take just a break to get set up. Okay. So now we're going to use, I know it as a Kumihimo disc, but what do they call it in here? They call it a friendship wheel. Okay. So it has a hole in the opening and it has slots on the outside with the numbers.
So it has 32 sides.
Yeah.
32 slots.
But you should start with number 1 so that you know where you're at.
Yes.
But reading the instructions,
we need to knot this up first.
Okay. So we're getting all of the ends together so it can be knotted.
And make sure the ends are equal.
And how many did you have to start?
You have to have 3 together to knot.
Okay.
So you have your 3 different colors.
And
And you knot them up. So you put your pointer finger on one part of the 3 rubber bands. Take it over to one side. Then you tuck it through the loop. So it's kind of like you're tying your shoe.
Okay.
But you're doing it with rubber bands.
Okay.
So then you make the knot. And as I did it, you can see how the knot is right here. But if you have a little extra right here, it's fine.
Okay.
So make sure it's tight.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you take the nut and put it through the hole. Now, this is the part where you take the rubber band strings. So you take one of your 3 colors and put it through the first slot.
Mm-hmm.
Then you put the next one in number 2. So it's kind of like you're putting it in each number as you
Okay.
go. Then you put your third color in number 3. Then you take it and go to number 4. We just need to look at the directions real quick to see if we did this right. So, it also says in the directions right here for a tip. You can also use eight strands of the thread, or as we're using rubber bands.
Mm-hmm.
If you'd like to mix and match your colors. So we're using just 3 for right now.
Okay.
So if you want, instead of just using 3, you can use all of them to go around.
Okay.
So I'm just going to unknot this and use all of them.
Okay. Did you want 2 more to make 8 or not?
Yes.
Okay.
I would like 2 more.
What colors?
Just grab the yellow and the green.
A yellow and a green. Yep. There's the green.
And then.
Oops. And there's a yellow one.
Now, as I said before, when we first knotted it with the 3, make sure all the tips are equal.
Mm-hmm.
That's 5. And 8.
Okie dokie.
So now, make them equal.
They're slippery, aren't they?
Yes, they are. So I tried to make them equal, but that's fine. You can just keep them like that.
Okay.
Now, it says in here, line up the ends. So we already did that. And fold them in half. So we fold them in half, like this. Now, then you tie the knot with it. About half of an inch. So that is 5 inches. So we knot it in 5 inches. And in these directions, they have a little ruler for when you did the French one.
Mm-hmm.
There's a ruler at the bottom of the page.
Oh, okay.
So you can use that to help you knot up your rubber band strands. This will take a while for you to get this knotted up. So, with the loop, you go down to the measuring, start from the 1, and it's right here. So your knot is going to be about this long.
Okay.
So you take it and then you knot it through like you're going to tie your shoe. So you loop it, go through the loop, and then pull the knot. This is very tricky for you to do. So, in the directions, there's the loop. So, as you fold it in half like that, you put another loop.
And make sure that you put it through the right loop, right?
Yes. And not the half loop.
Right.
Because if you put it through the half loop, it'll turn out like it did before when I put it through the half loop.
Yep.
So you go to the ruler, you go to the 5 inches, and that's where you'll make your second loop. Then you tuck this through. And this will get everywhere like it is right now, since they're big strands. So it might take a while, so you might have to go to the very beginning to do this. And if you want...
Okay, we'll take a break here to get the knot in.
So, we take a break. If you want, just put the rubber band strands right on the table to make them equal to do the knot. Like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to make sure everything is out of the way so you can get all the stuff lined up. And that's all we needed to tell you before break. So
Okay, so now that we have the knot in, it is actually a 1/2 inch from the end of the halfway mark.
So it's right here on this little line right here.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of taking the loose ends, you take the loop and put it through the other loop that you made. So
it's just a little easier than trying to pull all those loose ends through.
Yes. So now that we have the knot in, we just put it through there and start from the 1. So we put one color in 1, another color in 2, the other color in 3.
Snag the... Well, actually, if you look at the directions, they're supposed to go, the 2 colors, two of the same color go next to each other.
Mm-hmm. So, let's grab the halves of the yellow.
There you go.
And we put, and in the directions, instead of putting it before the one, you put it after the one.
Okay.
So, you put the first half of the yellow right here in front of the two.
You're going to want to have it up here, though. There you go.
Then you put the other half of the yellow and put it right in front of the three.
Mm-hmm. And then
here.
See how it tells you that you gotta make it like a cross.
Yes, kind of like what we did in the French knitting one.
Yes.
So let me just tighten up this again.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a loop of the yellow.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
There we go. Now, in here, now it says we go to 8, then 9. So, I am going to take the halves of one purple and put them in the 8 and 9. So we take one half of the purple, put it in front of the 9,
Mm-hmm.
and then we take the other half of the purple and put it in front of the 10 for number 9. So it's starting to look like a cross right here.
Okay.
Now, I am going to take my next color, which is blue, and you are going to put in 17 and 18. So you're kind of putting it in front of every number that you see to make it look like a cross. So right now we've got the top, one of the sides, and the bottom. Now we just need the other side. And I am going to take